Welcome to Module 2 of the Ride Safe course. Here we're going to go over how to properly enter the water and ride safe. But before we get on the water, we need to go over our pre-ride safety checklist. The first thing on the checklist is our safety gear. We want to have our flotation device, our sound producing device, and any weather gear that we might need. When it comes to PFDs, I always recommend a Type 3 that's going to be more of your ski vest, and also getting a vest that's Coast Guard approved. Some non-Coast Guard approved vests, they don't give you that float, so if you pass out, your head might fall in the water, and most state law enforcement is going to require the Coast Guard approved. Now we have the sound producing device. It's very important that you carry some sort of whistle on you. If you get stranded out there, you want to be able to signal an oncoming boater, or other eFoil, or some swimmer. Having that whistle is going to make it safer for you to enjoy your ride. 3, having the proper attire. If you're in cold water, you definitely want to wear some sort of neoprene wetsuit, have some booties, maybe some headgear. If you're in a sunny climate like us here in Naples, Florida, we like to wear our boardies. Sometimes we'll wear a little topper, but make sure that you are wearing the proper gear for your weather conditions. Next is going to be helmets. It's very important that you wear a helmet. I know you see a lot of pros out there not wearing them, but it just takes one hit from your board to the dome or falling in shallow water, hitting your head on a rock to knock you unconscious. So find a well-fitted helmet that is also rated for water use. There is a big difference between a land helmet and a water helmet. Now that we've gone over our safety gear, it's time to find the perfect spot. Before we get on the water, we want to check all the local waterways. We want to understand the local waterways. We want to make sure we're riding in deep enough waters, away from boat traffic, away from any shoals, rocks, or any rough water that would cause us to fall. Ideally, when learning, we want to have flat, deep, protected areas with limited boat traffic, limited swimmers, and just to make it safe for everyone around you. Checking in with the current weather situation is also very important. So we use different weather apps to basically dial in what the weather is doing. You don't want to be going out in a lightning storm, having a metal mast or a board that's 3 feet above the water with a lithium battery, salt water, lightning. It's just not a good combination. So definitely check your local radar, weather stations. Checking in on navigational charts and really understanding your location is going to make your ride more enjoyable and much safer. Now, if you're heading into an area that you don't know, let's say you're traveling, meeting up with other people, I highly recommend reaching out to other eFoilers in your area or other boaters in your area. Ask the locals what's going on, where should you launch, where should you come in out of, what areas should you avoid. These are all good things to do prior to getting out on the water. Now that we've gone over all the safety gear, we've checked out the location, the weather's good, it's time to check our settings on our board. But when you go in your controller, make sure you're on the right gear that you want to ride in. Make sure the power levels are set to normal or light rider, depending on what type of rider you are. And also make sure that you've cleared your governor, your speed control, so you're not wondering why you're not going at a certain speed. Once you have all your settings, it should save, but it's a good idea to check your controller, check your settings, check your battery levels in your controller, and check your battery levels on the board, because it might be fully charged at home, but as soon as you put the battery into your board and turn everything on, it might say something different. So the best thing to do is prepare and not get out in the water and have any surprises. Now that we've completed our pre-ride safety checklist, it's time to hit the water.